Welcome to the Game Recognized Game podcast. We're here for another episode. As you can tell, we're in a different location. This is probably one of the most requested interviews that I have. I've been following this person for, I don't know, probably 8 years now. I was a fan of his before he ever even hit 10,000 subscribers. Now he's amassed almost 3 million on YouTube, and he's doing his thing. This is my little big brother, Prince Lightskin.
My dog. Yes, sir. See, thank you for having me, man.
AKA Swagg, AKA, I don't know if you remember this one, Big Papo Double Pumpy.
Oh, my God. Wow.
You remember that one?
Yeah, COD_Fortnite got as well, too.
For real, man. So this is the one that a lot of people been waiting for, bro. A lot of people been requesting this one.
I've been seeing you doing your thing, bro. It's been awesome, man. I saw the J Guy one a lot and stuff like that. Your great podcasting is definitely something you're really good at.
I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate it. And thank you for coming on. You know, like I said, this is one that everybody wanted to see. Lots of questions. I know you don't really have a lot of time, so I'm going to just get right into it.
Yeah, just run it, bro. Go for it.
So first off, I want to say congratulations, bro. You're killing it, bro.
I mean, hey, it's all right. It's just, doing the thing, man,
Hey, just doing the thing. You're absolutely killing it. I see the thing that you did with Michael B. Jordan. I see the things that you're doing with Porsche. Yeah. FaZe is really like becoming a global conglomerate now, bro.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're having a lot of drama right now, but as far as like the business side, yeah, it's been great, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a blessing to do all those things, but it's always just wondering like, what's the next thing,
Right.
So we just keep on going.
Hey, that's all you can do. So I know a lot of people already know a lot about you, but for the people that are brand new to maybe content or maybe don't know about you, I kind of want to get started in the beginning. And we'll run through it really quick. So, born in L.A.
You're born in Santa Monica, yep.
Santa Monica, California. Yep. And then you moved to Phoenix.
Yep.
With your mom and your siblings. You're a triplet. By fact, you're the youngest, aren't you? You're the youngest.
The doctor decided, he was like, you know what? I'll go for you last. And then
So you're the youngest of three. Moved to Phoenix when you were pretty small. How was it growing up with being a triplet in Phoenix?
It was great, man. Every first day of school, you kind of always have like a little group to hang out with, and it was cool because when you're a triplet, it's like people in school just kind of gravitated towards you because there was already three of you. So like it was almost like how like you see like people kind of get together, you're like, oh, let me go over there and see what's going on. So it was kind of like that. Like my brother would have some friends, I would have some friends. And then my sister would have friends. It was just one big group.
Were you guys very competitive between the three of you?
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, just naturally, right? Like just being in a household, wanted to like competitive in any aspect to try to like show like the parents, I'm the best kid. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, it was competitive, especially in basketball too. Early on, it was super competitive.
Yeah. So you and your brother BJ played basketball, AAU, and all that.
And my sister,
she played basketball too. I didn't know that.
She played on my team until we were 14.
Really?
Yeah, she was always with the guys. She never, because my dad could never really had time to find a girls team. When you have two sons, it's a lot easier to have the daughter to kind of come along than try to separate, have to go to the girls' game, the guys' game. So they just had her play on the boys' team.
Hey, that's why she's tough.
Yeah, no, she we were all shooters too. So that was a big competition of seeing who could have the best shot in the house.
All right, so I know the answer to this question already, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Who was the best in basketball out of you three?
It was me, yeah, for sure.
I mean, of course, because you played all through high school.
Yeah, and I just played AAU all the time. I was really obsessed. It was like an obsession thing. That's why I didn't really. When people always ask me like, "Yo, how come you didn't play, Halo or like that?" I was really just all my focus was on basketball, and no like knock to anyone who played video games growing up. I wish I could have had a PC or consoles and stuff like that, but it was just more so like instead of getting the PlayStation 1, I was getting a pair of shoes, to hoop. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you 100%. So when do you remember your first time, like, actually gaming? Like, what got you into gaming in the first place?
I think, like, first memory of gaming was definitely NBA Live 01 with my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 01, but, like, obviously we probably played it when I was, like, 9 or 10, but, like, getting him, I remember asking him, Dad, can you come play with me? And I let him use the Lakers. That's when they had Shaq and stuff like that in that game. So that's my earliest memory in gaming. But what got me into it probably was just, like they said, the competitiveness of wanting to be, like the best Call of Duty player. You know what I mean? That was definitely early on. I was the best out of my friends group, and then I kind of wanted to prove myself and kind of see what was out there. So that's what got me into making videos and doing that thing.
So you got into COD, I think you were about 16 or 17. Is that about right?
Yeah.
And when people say they get it out the mud, you literally got it out the mud.
Man, it was bad, bro. The setup, I was in the garage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was all my equipment was given to me.
Mm-hmm.
My first Scuf controller, my girlfriend during high school bought it for me.
Wow.
Yeah. It was funny. You know what's funny is at the time, so I was dating this girl. For my birthday, she got me socks. But my ex-girl, for my birthday, got me the Scuf controller that was like $250.
Wow.
Bro, it was such a crazy dynamic because I remember she handed it to me, and my girlfriend at the time was next to me. And so everyone was kind of like, all my friends were going crazy, like, ah. So imagine being the girlfriend, like, damn, I got him socks, and and the ex got the Scuf. It sounds crazy to think, but I'm not even kidding. Bro, it was so wild. She was, it was a whole different thing, but it was, that's all my equipment was given to me at the time. And, that's how I kind of just started gaming. The TV stand, I had a monitor. It leaned like this, so I had to put like books to like straighten it. It was out the mud, man. For real.
It was definitely out the mud. So you're making content at the age of about 16. Do you remember when you got your first YouTube check?
Yeah, man. I think it was definitely I forgot what network I was with back in the day, but it was like I was in college when I first got my first one. When I started like actually monetizing, my videos. So I think it was like $2-3, bro. And I remember it was in my PayPal. I transferred it to my account when it got a little McDouble.
Did they take a fee?
Nah, no fee.
You got $3.
You can do the fee where it's like if it takes 3 days to get to your account, no fee. They take a fee, it's gone.
It's out of there.
They get the fee.
Right. So you're speaking about college, and I know personally that you played basketball in college as well.
I did, yeah. NAIA, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were like really a shooter for real.
Yeah, but it was a little bit different, man, especially in college at any level, right? Like everybody, you're in high school, you're the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you get to college on any level. Everyone can do it like everything you do. You know what I'm saying? So everyone has almost the same abilities. But it's like the little things, the intangibles that really start separating. And I don't know. I definitely struggled my first year, and then I tore my labrum the second year.
I remember that.
And then that's when I went full-on content creation mode, full-time. Well, I wasn't full-time, but I was like injured and just not doing anything.
Right.
So I was just every day just trying to make myself better, and like the videos I would do, try to come up with better ideas, and it just started blossoming.
Do you think, and this is something that I always wanted to ask, even though I've known you forever, I never asked you this question. Something I always wanted to know is, do you think if you hadn't torn your labrum, you would be in the position that you're in today?
I don't think so. No, I think it was at the time before I got injured. I wanted to see through the whole college experience as far as playing basketball 4 years, more so just to make my dad proud. You know what I'm saying? We weren't really talking at the time because my parents had got divorced around that time. So it was one of those things where that's why I also kind of stray away from basketball, because he just wasn't really around, and like every time I would hoop, I would try to impress him, you know what I'm saying? So when he wasn't around as much, and that's when I kind of fell into gaming, because it just it just kind of made me happy at the time. But yeah, if I don't get injured, I don't think I get here now. No.
Yeah, because you at that point in time, bro, when you were injured, you really didn't have anything else to do, so you really put like your all into it.
Yeah, bro. Right. I mean, imagine 6-7 months, and like the thing is, I didn't even go to school. Like I was going to school, but like we had it was winter break, and we had a super long winter break. I don't know why, but it was like almost 2 months. So it was one of those things where just literally wake up, play the game, make a video, keep playing the game, go to sleep. You know what I mean? So yeah,
you wouldn't have probably made it here. But here you are, and you're doing amazing things.
Doing all right, man. We doing all right.
Nah. All right is an understanding. But you always been humble, from the time that I met you to where you are today. You always been the same person. That's one thing that I always respected about you. You always had the ability to keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you keep the main thing when you have so much distractions going on around you, whether they be good distractions or maybe not so good distractions?
I think it's just like becoming obsessed with the process of especially when I look at my peers, like I always look at somebody else that can really motivate me. So I'll see like I'll look at like a Dr. Disrespect or like a Tim, and I see they're averaging 30K. So in my mind, I go, I know it. So I look at it and see it's possible. So I'm like, how do I get there? So I become like obsessed, right? And so I think it's just more so the process and the never ending of it's like you're chasing like not a goal, but you're just like seeing how far it can go.
Right.
You know, from Sports Illustrated, partnering with Porsche, doing Nike. Like you just never. It's like a weird like just how far can this actually go? So you just kind of keep going.
I like that. I like that. You speaking about the Porsche, you joined FaZe, what, about 3 years ago now?
3 years ago. Yeah, it's coming up like April 4th or 5th, but it'll be 3 years then.
So since you joined FaZe, if you could think how your life changed from then to now, what would you say?
Super. I mean, that I joined FaZe right at the height of COVID. So it was like Warzone had just came out, and it was almost like I almost have like the whole process of that whole like year and a half like in my phone. Like I would screenshot like when I reached certain viewer counts or like when my videos would pop. Like so I have like all memories of it, but it's so different. And also it was just like a weird aspect because like you joined FaZe and you couldn't really maximize it because of COVID. So but gaming was at an all-time high, so
Right.
that was going nuts.
Right.
So, but once COVID kind of died down, that's when things started kind of getting rolling with FaZe, and you can do the shoots, do like, you know what I'm saying, like in just like commercials and stuff like that. But at the time, everything was shut down.
Yeah. I remember a time like when you were really deciding to go and like pursue content full time. I remember having a conversation with you. You know, it wasn't just me, but you were having a conversation with all of us when we were in the Discord. We used to sit down there a lot. And you were like, "Yo, should I go to school or should I really put my all into this?"
Yeah, wow, I remember that.
You remember that conversation we had?
Yeah, I do back then, man. I think that was at that point where it was during like Infinite Warfare, and it was like whether I want to go. So I took the year off.
Yeah.
But it was kind of going back to school to kind of like because my brother and sister both graduated, so it was like, do I finish my degree? And it was like, maybe I just go back for a semester and see how it goes. So that's when I went back for a semester. I truly regret doing that.
I remember we was having those conversations. And I remember, I don't know if it was me and Dante, we were like, bro, what are you doing? College is always going to be there, but sometimes with this YouTube thing, bro, it's like when they're on you, and when they're off you, they're off you.
It's like I think I just wanted to have the college experience because I went and hooped at a kind of like a small college. So I wanted to go to kind of a bigger one and kind of like get in the mix, you know what I mean? Right. But I feel like I was still able to like do videos and stuff like that at the same time. So I would be at school during like between periods, like outside, like editing, like between classes and stuff like that. And I remember this kid in my, what was the class name? What was it? Business statistics. He did my homework. He met me on the first day, and I remember we talked for like a week, and he just said, "Y'all do your homework." So I just paid him like $30 every week. Every time you do an assignment, I give him $30.
And you were able to continue to go to school while you were doing your content.
And I just saw him the other day, and when I went back for Super Bowl in AZ, he came up to me.
Really?
Where were we at? I think we were at just like some like restaurant or something like that. And he came and tapped me on the shoulder. No. I was at what's the golf tournament in Phoenix?
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Waste
management.
I ran into him at Waste Management. He came and tapped me. He said, "You remember me?" And he said his name. And he said, "Remember we went to GC? We had class together." And I was like, "No way!
Wow,
no way!" It was so funny. But yeah, shout out to him. I forgot his name, but
shout out to you for doing the homework because without that, we don't know we would have ever got a Swag.
Nah,
Swag
man.
XBL Prince Light Skin back in the day.
Yeah, I definitely could not do videos without him. That class was hard.
I can only imagine. So I do remember a time, and if you don't want to talk about this, it's okay. I remember like right before you joined FaZe, you had a really traumatic experience.
Oh, like you talking about when I got robbed?
Yeah. So about that situation, what actually transpired during that situation?
Yeah, it was it's like everything kind of happened in slow motion. It was weird. It was my ex-girlfriend at the time had just got home. And she had walked in and kind of like, she texted me out to come outside because like there was no parking in like my apartment complex, and there wasn't. It was so crazy because there was like a construction truck that parked laterally and took up 5 spots.
Wow.
So it was so crazy like looking back on that, and she couldn't find parking, so she wanted me to come out and kind of help her find parking, and so I went out there. Went out to the car. She pulls like around the corner on the like kind of like the side of my apartment, and we park. And she turns off the car, and immediately as she opens the door, some dude just rushes, knocks. She has all her books in her hands because she's come back from class. Knocks all her stuff out of her hands, puts the gun to her cheek and says, "Give me everything."
Wow, what was going through your mind in that situation?
Bro, so we were in a car, and I'm in the passenger seat,
Right.
and the inside of the door is broken, so I can never like open the door from the inside. I can only get out if she comes around and opens
Open
it.
the door, right?
So it was a rough car,
Right.
and at that point, man, it's just like you're just kind of like, what's happening? Like this
Right.
is like it's just so fast, and he's just screaming, give me in like. At that point, I kind of had calmed down after like a second and like just started looking for stuff to give him because you
Right.
can obviously tell he was
out of his
out
mind.
of his mind, man.
Right.
And so he came around. He like looked around. She didn't have anything to give him. And I remember saying, I'm like, yo, we're just broke college kids. We're in like a broke down car. We don't
Right.
have anything.
Right.
That's what was so crazy. It's like you're robbing us, but we're in the worst car possible.
Right.
Obviously, but you know what the crazy thing is? I had my diamond chain on.
I remember.
I had my diamond swag chain on, and I don't know why I had it on. I think I had just got off stream because I would wear it on stream and stuff
Right.
like that. You know, very, you know,
Yeah.
very, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the first thing first jewelry I bought, and I wore it because I had just got off stream, and he kind of saw it around my neck. So he came around the car, gun still pointing at both of us, and he tries to open my door, but so he wants me to get out and give it to him, but I'm like, bro, it's broken. Like I can't. So I'm like taking it off, and I give it to my girl to give it to him.
Right.
And then he goes, both of you guys get out the car. Get out the car.
No.
So he makes us get out the car. It says get on the ground. Makes us get on the ground flat, like stomach on the ground.
Right.
And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, we're dead, bro. I really thought we were dead because first of all, who makes someone after you rob them get out of the car?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I know what you mean.
that's so. It's like, all right, he's gonna kill us. We're done. And he just goes, yeah, I'm not gonna hurt you guys, and just starts backing up. And I could see the car that was waiting for him. It was a woman, so it was a couple, just coked out of, I don't know, go drugs for sure,
Right,
definitely. And then after that, we get in the car, drive away, call the cops. But yeah, that whole situation it happened in slow, but everyone thought she set me up. And you even thought she set me up.
I did because we talked about it.
We talked about it, and a lot of the comments thought she set me up.
Right.
But it was just one of those things where it was just the likelihood of that big construction truck laterally taking up 4 cars, 5 cars. It was almost like it was just gonna happen.
It was gonna happen regardless.
Because like if that has happened, she has a place to park. We walk right inside, and I never step foot outside my apartment complex.
Yeah, that was a very crazy and traumatic, even for me. Even though I wasn't living there, but being as close as we were, bro, that was traumatic for me. I grew up in situations like that.
Yep.
And like just the other day, I had a situation that was kind of crazy, but yeah, I understand that. So now we can switch gears real quick. So once you joined FaZe,
you
got your FaZe chain.
Yep.
And they did something special for you. They got you another swag chain.
Yep. They did. Yeah, it was. I forgot what the occasion was, but I think it was just for joining. I think.
Right.
And Banks and them he had his assistant drive all the way from LA to Cali and gave it to me on stream, and it was cool, man. It was definitely a dope to have it back.
Yeah, that was definitely an amazing experience. I want to get to Scuf because I remember you got your first Scuf controller, like. Maybe you were 500,000 strong when you got the first design of the Scuf controller.
Yeah, around 500K, yep.
And what was it like, getting your first Scuf from back in the day, and then you fast forward, and now you have your own design?
It's dope, man. To use a product for since the beginning. Like before I even made a YouTube channel, I had a Scuf because I was just like a serious gamer. I tried to figure out what all the pros were rocking back in the day, and everyone would always say, "Yo, they're using the Scuf." So I said, all right, bet. So to have a design like that is crazy. And you know what the crazy thing is? How insane it sold during the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's when it was so wild because I remember getting a report for when the pandemic, because everybody wanted to be a gamer, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I sold so many controllers.
Man, I remember.
It was crazy. But to have my first one was awesome, man. It was a blessing.
And then in 2020, we went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
What was it like seeing the design come to life of the 1 million? Because remember, we went there, and that was like the first time you actually saw the controller. Is that correct?
Yeah. It was the first time we saw it, and it was so this is right before, a month before COVID.
Right.
And it was so crazy because all the FaZe clan was there.
Yeah.
Everybody the whole gang was there. Even Nick was there.
Yeah.
All the members were there. And I remember all of us, but we weren't rolling with them.
No,
it was me, you, Dante, Tan and Raid. So
Yeah.
we're all like our little own YouTube group.
Jay was there too.
Jay was there too. We're
Yeah.
all a little YouTube girl, like just vibing, going, oh,
Yeah.
look at this FaZe over there.
Yeah.
And not knowing like 2 months later, like I would be joining. But that was a cool event. But to see the controller was awesome, man. It was dope. And we're actually working on one coming out in May.
The newest one, the I guess it's like the tealish one.
Yeah.
Did
The
you come
Miami
up with that
Blue?
one too?
Yeah, the Miami Blue. Yeah. That came out. I think it was in when did it come
Yeah,
out?
I think it was like just after summer, right?
Yeah, just
Bro,
after
that
summer.
design is.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's
Hey,
good.
I like all your controllers, but that one,
Yeah.
bro,
The blue? Yeah.
that thing is so
Appreciate it, man.
fire, bro. That thing is so fire. Anyway, so now, even at that time, you didn't even know you were joining FaZe yet. When did you find out and realize that you actually were going to be joining FaZe?
It was around it was like a week after COVID.
Okay.
When Warzone dropped. So a week
Okay.
after Warzone had came out, Apex had DM'd me and was just kind of like, it was more so on some like appreciation, like, yo, I use all your class setups, I love them.
That's fire.
And then he goes, yeah, I would love to, if you're not with a team, we would love to have you.
That's fire.
Yeah. So that's how that all started, and it was just cool because they would all rock my class setups.
Right. That's so fire. And then fast forward into this point in time, you were able to get all the boys in the FaZe.
Yeah, man. It was dope. It was kind of weird because when the game first dropped, it was trios.
Yeah, I remember.
And remember, it was like me, you, Dante, Jay, and Tim's.
Yeah.
So it was 5 of us.
There was 5 of us.
And it was
yeah.
only trios. And my first win is with you and Dante.
Yeah. That was like the trio. Cause I remember when we first realized that it was gonna be trios. It was like, who's gonna be our third? It was gonna be me and you, regardless.
Yeah.
And then it was like, who was gonna be the third person?
Yeah.
And it more often than not, it was Dante.
Yeah, Dante was
actually,
always
yeah.
down to run.
I remember watching that video. I actually just watched that video again for the probably like a few days ago.
So crazy to watch.
Yeah. Imagine what Warzone was back then compared to what it is now.
Ah, man. I didn't want to talk about Warzone too.
So let me ask you a quick question. If you could put together your own Warzone game from different elements, right? Or it don't even have to be Warzone, but your own Call of Duty game from different elements, what would that look like?
That's kind of tough, man. I think Warzone at one point kind of had all those elements. Besides, like now in the new one, I love the nuke, like where you get 5 wins in a row and you get a nuke contract. Like that's an aspect. If you add that into the game, when Warzone 2 was like when Cold War came out, and you kind of had specialists in there and different things like that. I think that would be like probably the perfect game for me.
Really?
Because I love the nuke aspect in this Warzone. Like, bro, like we have gone for nuke, so like to have that in Warzone is awesome. So, and it kind of makes you want to like win the game and like try really hard. So that's probably like I think I would take the nuke contract, put it into Verdansk, and with specialists in the Nakatomi Tower. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
When it had like you can go in there and get 100,000 and just steamroll the lobby. But yeah, like that's probably the perfect one for me.
So obviously, I mean, you're a Warzone content creator. You'll never not be playing Call of Duty because the main thing is always going to be the main thing.
Main thing, man. You know, everyone always kind of says, and you always see like big streamers switch games and stuff like that. But it's one of those things where it's like it's the reason why I even do what I do.
Right.
You know, so it's kind of hard to sit there and say, yeah, I'll go play another game, but you know, I can dabble into other games, but no game has really ever, I don't even know, like made me like want to hop on and play for hours. Like I just haven't had that feeling yet. And will I hope another game does that? For sure. Like variety is always great, but Call of Duty just always been Call of Duty.
Call of Duty will always be Call of Duty. Even though I don't necessarily play it anymore, I still enjoy watching you going for the nukes with your squad, bro. That's crazy. You guys really be going crazy. That's a hard dynamic, though, like winning 5 games in a row. People don't realize how hard that actually can be.
It is, man, especially when you get stream sniped like crazy.
Like you do.
Yeah, it's wild.
You stay getting stream sniped, bro. The thing that I think that I'm most proud of when it comes to you is like your ability to include, right? Inclusion seems to be like on the forefront of your mind at all times. You give back to the community, particularly people of color.
Yep.
Why is that so important to you?
I just think it's so important just because like even you're seeing it now with like big streamers like Kai and them in the gaming space, you know, it's a predominantly white industry, you know? I mean, it's just facts, like, you know what I mean? And so I think it's always important to make people feel, especially of color, included, you know? And to understand that, there's people who look like us that are doing the thing in gaming and it's possible. And it's another career path, man. So I always think that's important. Like, you don't have to, I'm not I was never like an elite athlete or
Right.
you know, I can never spit bars. My bars are nice.
No,
though.
you do
My
got some bars though.
My
You
bars
do.
are nice.
Spit a bar real quick. No.
Nah. But yeah, it's just like it's important to show that this is opportunity that
Right.
anyone can have. Anyone can do it, especially of color.
Especially of color, but not only that, but like as long as you also work hard.
Yeah.
And have a clear plan, because you've always had a clear plan.
Yeah.
From the time that I first started watching you in, I don't know, 2008, 2016 maybe, 2017.
Yeah, it was
era.
early on. It was early.
Yeah, it was very early. To now, you always had a clear and concise plan. You always stuck to the plan no matter what, and that's something that I always respected, bro. Always respected. And I know it's getting late. I know you got to get ready to go, so I'm gonna wrap it up here really quickly. There's one thing that I always wanted to ask you too is you get a lot of trolls.
Yep.
And a lot of like hate. I think you deal with that very, very well. You really stay out of like beefs and all of that.
Especially with other individuals. I think there's really no gain when you're trying to beef with like other like gaming sorry, how do I say, like, I was gonna say personas, but I guess just I'll just say streamers in general.
Right.
Like, because it doesn't help anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in chats, like, they love going back and forth, but yeah, there's really no like especially gain from it at all. I'm not a drama channel, you know what I mean?
Right.
I play video games.
Right. You know, I want to address this real quickly. Everybody sees us sitting down. You know, for a long time, people think you and I had a beef. You know that?
Which is wild.
It's wild. For a long time, people thought that you and I were beefing for some reason because we just ended up stopped playing together. And I would tell people all the time, like, we don't have any beef. You know, sometimes your paths are on one path, and then sometimes you just
man. It's always been love, bro. You know?
It always has been love.
We can actually talk about how, like, when we met, like, the full story. Yeah. So like what Call of Duty was it when we met?
We met
BO3.
We formally met in BO3, but we talked to each other one or twice before then, but formally in BO3.
And we started playing together
in BO3.
In BO3, yeah. And then Infinite Warfare, we definitely played together. Infinite Warfare,
played together in Infinite Warfare, and then right after that, bro, we were playing together every day for like 4 years.
Yeah, because Blackout came out, and we always played Blackout.
Running Blackout.
We always played Blackout together.
Yeah.
And then Modern Warfare 2019 came out. That was when nukes. We were going for nukes and stuff like that. But I think it was just the dynamic of, you know, it was actually 6 of us because I forgot Booyah came in at the end. So Whiterun Warzone came out. There were 6 in our group, in our nukes regiment.
Yeah, in our nukes regiment.
So we had the nukes regiment. It was, like I said, it was me, Dante J, you, Booyah, and Tims.
Yep.
So it was 6 people. And it only came out with trios.
Yeah.
So it's like really hard to kind of like get everyone involved.
Very
and even
true.
with Tims, I know Tims probably may have felt a type of way.
And at a point in time I did too, because remember we talked about it.
Yeah. And like I said, it was never that. It was just trios kind of made it impossible for all of us to get games in.
Yeah.
And once they finally came out with quads, I was kind of already in the mix with the tournament. So I was playing with Nick a lot in the mornings.
Yep.
And I wasn't even playing with Dante or Jay that much. You know what I mean? So it wasn't until like months after we had started running. And by then you were kind of like already doing off on your own thing. Tim was kind of figure out her group and what she was doing. And then that's when I like had kind of reached out to like Dante, Jay, and then Booyah came in the picture. But it took a minute because like I said, I was playing with Nick a lot in the beginning because of all the tournaments that were happening weekly and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just that trio aspect kind of like threw everything off, man. You know
I wanted to address that, not because I needed it, because you and I have already talked about this numerous times, but I only wanted to address it because like people really think that there was a problem between us. Like, and I would I still to this day get those DMs, what happened between Swagg, and I always tell them, bro, nothing happened. You know, sometimes you just you split up, but it's not any hate. It's just just was what it was.
Yeah, it's never hate, man. You know, especially because I'm very picky with who I play with. So you know what I mean. So it's very like if I play with you, it's a genuine love, man. Yeah, for sure.
So let that finally, and I'm looking in the camera. I don't know which one is mine, but let that finally die. Okay, let it finally die. We're sitting on his couch in his house talking about it, so you guys know there's no beef. It's always love, and so thank you for doing this because I know you got to go, and I'm trying to get you out of here. There is a couple of questions I want to ask you.
I want to ask you, do you remember when we went to, I actually took T to dinner maybe like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, I remember.
I think it was 2 years ago. And you remember who we saw at dinner?
Bro, tell him.
You know, we saw Kevin Durant at dinner.
Hey, bro.
It was so crazy because we sat down. I forgot where we were at, but we sat down at dinner, and I remember I had looked to my right. and I saw a big security
Yeah.
guard just by himself at dinner. I remember I tapped you. I said, T, why is this guy?
Yeah.
I was like, who's here? And I kind of look around, and we see KD.
Yeah.
KD.
We seen the shorty first.
Yeah.
We seen the girl that he was with
yeah,
first.
at first I saw that. I said, damn.
Yeah, we were like,
and then we see KD in the dark corner just chilling. I was like, yo, that's Kevin Durant.
And
we're free, start freaking out.
Yeah, and then I was like, bro, he probably knows you.
Nah.
I said that. He probably didn't, but I did say that. I was like, bro probably knows you. Go say what's up. And then remember he came over to talk to whoever was next to us.
There was probably, I think there was another like NBA player. Yeah.
Bro, that's a legitimate 7 foot.
Yeah, no.
So who's taller, him or AD?
I think AD. AD's dude, he's just a giant.
Yeah. And that's crazy. And I know you got to go. I wish we could get into it, but that's crazy how you and AD just kind of linked up.
That dynamic, yeah, bro. We just went Top Golf with him like a couple days ago.
That for his birthday, right?
Nah, that was his part. Yeah, but
Okay.
but after that, yeah, but for his birthday we were together with
Right.
him as well. Like he's probably one of the realest people I know. Like
That's crazy.
there's times where he would like observe. He pays attention to everything. You know what's
Right.
even crazier? He watches streamers more than anyone I know. So
Really?
I looked at his Twitch list one time, and like he'll literally have like obviously the big guys he'll follow, but majority of his following list is people who have 7 viewers, 10 viewers, 15, 20,
You never
30.
know who's watching.
That's why I literally when I saw that I said, bro, in my head I said, you never know who's watching.
Bro, and that's what I tell people all the time. Like that's how I even got cool with a lot of the people that I'm cool with because, athletes, actors, because you never know who's watching.
Bro, like I said, he literally sit there and watch somebody with 8 viewers. And
That's
like I said,
amazing.
you always got to, like I said, it's just like one of those things where no matter what, you click that live if somebody's watching, it's a blessing, bro.
Yeah. What's next? If I have to leave it on one thing, what's next for you? Acting.
Ooh.
I see you doing the Michael B. Jordan thing. You guys,
Yeah, no, that was
you guys
cool.
got some competition or something? What are we talking about here?
That was just for an activation. But
Okay.
as for what's next, I don't know, man. I truly don't. It's just kind of trying to figure it out. I think one of the biggest things for me is I want to throw some events for the
Okay.
community that people can come to, travel to, and kind of hang out because I think that's where giving people moments is my favorite thing to do.
I love that.
And so I want to give more people those moments of linking up with their people they play with online all the
Right.
time.
I
Get to
love
meet
that
the streamers
idea.
that they you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what like I don't know, especially after COVID, people don't travel a lot anymore.
Right.
So I want to give people a reason to step out of their comfort zone and socialize a little bit and come meet their favorite people.
I love that.
So that's probably
So,
the
and
goal.
I've been hearing some about streamer basketball game. I'm trying to play in that. By the way, if you guys do that, just know that I'm out here for real.
You're out there?
Hey,
Okay,
listen,
okay.
listen.
Nah,
I might not be 6'2", but I still got it.
Still got it. Okay.
I can still shoot.
Yeah, that's definitely something we definitely want to do, man. So
Sounds
I'm sure
good.
you'll be hearing about it and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So
sounds
we're
good.
working on it.
All right, sounds good. All right, maybe we can get a part 2 of this because I know you got to go. So I just want to ask you a quick rapid fire questions.
it down.
These are questions that people have had. So we're gonna do rapid fire, okay?
Go for it.
All right. Favorite vacation spot
That I've been to?
or dream vacation spot? Or
Amalfi Coast. It was what I've been to. Favorite spot.
That's favorite spot. Favorite shoes.
Wow. Air Force Ones.
Got them on your feet.
Yeah, got them on feet.
Favorite clothing brand.
Wow.
If you don't say New Squad, you selling.
New Squad.
There you
New
go.
Squad clothing.
Selling. Pancakes, French toast, or waffles.
Waffles.
Favorite hype song.
Wow. What's that Key Glock song? Oh my gosh. BJ, what's the Key Glock song? Sin 6.
Sin 6.
Yep.
Okay. When you're down bad, what song are you playing?
Successful by Drake.
Can you beat Joe Woe 1-on-1? This is basketball.
It wouldn't be close. It's like disrespectful when people. It's disrespectful, bro.
Do you really think you look like OBJ and Drake? Like
For
real?
sure, yeah. Like when the lighting's right and the camera angle's good, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Your go-to meal.
Caesar salad, chicken Caesar salad.
Okay. Last 2 questions.
Yep.
Who's the best Warzone player in this house?
Booyah.
Oh, just easy like that.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely plays way more than all of us combined.
Okay. Who's the best Warzone player on the scene right now, in your opinion?
Wow, on the scene. There's this guy named Ahsoka.
I don't think I know who that is.
Yeah, he's just been winning everything. Like it's crazy. Him or FIFA Kill are some of my favorite players.
FIFA's-
So yeah,
I love FIFA.
yeah,
actually, too.
he's a day one. I probably
didn't know
know.
that.
I probably know him more than anybody in the community combined.
Really?
I met him when I first started gaming.
That's crazy.
We were like the same little clan. It was crazy.
That's so dope.
Yep.
And then the very last one, and don't cap,
Yep.
in order,
Mm-hmm.
top 5 CODs. And I know you're gonna piss me off, but it's your list, so go ahead.
I'm gonna go from the. I'm gonna go from the top so I can kind of get an idea. Modern Warfare 3.
Okay.
I can't put these in order. I guess I gotta think about it. So
Okay.
Modern Warfare 3, BO3
Mm-hmm.
that I've played. BO4, MW 2019, Black Ops 2.
I knew he was gonna leave it out.
What COD?
You already know what I'm talking about.
What COD?
Come on now. The best one of them all.
MW2?
Of course.
I didn't play it.
I know
I
you
didn't
did.
play
You
it.
just
So I can't
capped,
vouch
dude.
for it because I go back to it and Modern Warfare 3 just feels better.
I mean,
It's like an upgraded version of Modern Warfare 2.
you were killing it back then, so I'm sure you would have been killing it in Modern Warfare.
And you know what's
2.
crazy is when people were playing it, I was playing the campaign on it. Like I would go to I didn't have a console, so I would go to my friends' houses. They would have Modern Warfare 2, but I would just play the campaign. I was like a typical
Yeah.
COD like
Player.
noob. Yeah,
Right.
just I would only play the campaign.
All right, bro. I appreciate you. Maybe we can do a part 2 at some point in time.
Part 2. How many likes did Jay got one get?
Like 2,000.
Okay, yeah, 1,500 likes on this podcast. We'll do a part 2.
You heard him. 1,500 likes. We'll do a part 2. I know you got to get out of here. I'm sorry for taking up a lot
Nah,
of
you're
your
chilling,
time.
man.
I appreciate you, my brother.
Of course.
Thank
Hit
you.
that
Always
subscribe
love.
button.
Hit that subscribe, all of that stuff. This has been Swag on the Game Recognized Game podcast. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, drop a like, drop a sub, and we'll see you on the next one. Deuces.